It's our sports host, Marty Lenz, joining me now to talk about the 49ers and what's going on at the quarterback situation. Thanks for coming. Always good to see you.
I'm very glad to be here.
So what exactly happened? I don't know where to start. Let's start with the 49ers and what they did. They apparently kind of secretly talked to Manning.
Right.
And Alex Smith didn't know. Now he knows. But
this is the stupidest move any organization has ever. I think the Raiders have started to seep into the 49ers clubhouse. This is the dumbest move to do this. This is akin to needing to fix the trim on your house, and you start messing with the foundation. This is a team, again, that was a special teams fumble away from going to the Super Bowl, and now they're trying to shop quarterbacks. What are they thinking? This is the dumbest move, and they could end up having nothing. Nothing against Colin Kaepernick. He was a great player at college at Nevada. But
is he ready for the 49ers
and
on this
running
level,
the pistol in college versus running a pro-style offense, it's a chuck and duck. This isn't what they do in the NFL. This is stupid, absolutely stupid. I think the 49er brass has lost their marbles. If I'm Alex Smith, I wouldn't sign with them, just because I'd like to see the 49ers figure out what the heck to do. They talked about how Alex Smith was an elite quarterback. He did everything that they asked of him, but they don't want to give him elite money. And that's fine. I realize that Peyton Manning doesn't come around every year or so. This is maybe a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I realize I have to sell $80,000 personal seat licensings in Santa Clara. I get all the optics. But I'm a firm believer in chemistry over biology. Why tamper with the chemistry of this 49er team that, again, was one single play, a turnover away from going to the Super Bowl? Stupid move by the 49ers. Absolutely stupid move in the front office.
Well, it seemed like they had invested a lot in Alex Smith. And we remember when he first came out, and there was a lot of trouble and everything, and people said, what, maybe we've got the wrong guy. But they stayed with him. And he had to deal with a lot of different offensive coordinators. And now this year is like he came of age. And all the analysts were saying he's finally the fine quarterback that everybody was hoping the 49ers would have.
Right.
And maybe it's not, like you said, Peyton Manning comes along, you want to entertain those options. On one hand, you can't believe him. Was it the way that they did it?
Absolutely.
Was it the way that they were kind of courting Alex and his new contract and that kind of thing, but maybe in a secret way, talking with Manning, and the way they did it wasn't cool?
Well, and here's a little bit of inside baseball. Alex Smith and Peyton Manning share the same agent. So I'm wondering if maybe they said, hey, maybe we can up the price for Alex Smith by maybe trying to get them to court Peyton Manning. Now, that may be one side of it, and I think that may be overthinking it. But yes, to some degree, maybe you have to investigate that. But again, Alex Smith had a great season. He did everything they asked. Jim Harbaugh instilled confidence in him. Again, this is a guy that had multiple offensive coordinators, multiple coaches, finally a little stability, talent around him to do some good things. By the way, bringing in Mario Manningham and even Randy Moss, who may be a bit of damaged goods, but getting some talent around him. Why do this?
Well, I was going to ask you, so if you're putting together a new team and you brought in those new targets, and you think, well, wait a minute, we could have Peyton Manning delivering the ball to those guys. Was that the thinking for the coaching staff?
Maybe, but again, why upset the apple cart when your quarterback's doing everything he's been asked to do? And really, you're taking Peyton Manning to some degree. You're taking a bit of a physical flyer on him, and it's not even so much the neck. It's making the nerves in the arm that he can throw and make the throws. And according to the workouts, he's done that. But even then, he's 35, going to be 36 this year. You're essentially taking 2 years. When you have Alex Smith saying the guy's got 5, 6, 7 years in this system, make more runs. I mean, the long-term viability, and if you're even talking money, is to stick with an Alex Smith versus even, investing the money in Peyton Manning. It makes absolutely no sense.
So why did Manning go to the Broncos, do you think? Why did he not choose the 49ers?
Because people don't listen. He wanted to go to the AFC. This is the 49ers were tone deaf. ESPN was tone deaf. He said from the get-go, I don't want to play in the NFC to block my brother Eli's chance at going to a championship or a Super Bowl. From the get-go, he said that. And here's the other reason. The Broncos have John Elway. And I think Peyton says, here's a guy that won 2 Super Bowls, I've got one, but post-football, maybe I can learn about management and leadership of an organization, and I could see myself in that role. Secondly, he loves John Fox. John Fox is a very good coach, somewhat of an underrated NFL coach. He did great things at Carolina. He likes that. Thirdly, Broncos have one of the best offensive lines. They have a great defense, and they've got salary cap room. Dallas Clark, Stokely, Jeff Saturday, the center for the Indianapolis Colts, they're all making visits to the Broncos in the next couple of weeks. I'm telling you, it was just, if you want to say, a perfect storm for him to go there. Now, again, the things against it, cold weather, altitude.
But he's kind of used to that. Indianapolis is not a really warm place.
Right, but dome. You have a dome.
So what's going to happen, do you think? I mean, the 49ers came out today. Our partners at Comcast earlier this evening talked about how it looked like things may not be, the door could be closing in Miami, that they've looked at somebody else, another quarterback, I think, from Jacksonville, or was it the Jaguars? They signed Garrard. Thank you.
Right.
The folks in the control room in Miami.
And they have Blaine Gabbert.
So now, okay, let's see if that option is off the table. Where does that leave Alex Smith? He may not have any other options but to come back to the 49ers.
Well, here's the truth of the matter. The price for Alex Smith just went up. I mean, in a kind of a bass-backwards way, if you want to say that, his price went up because I'm telling you, the 49ers are going to be, up a creek. And again, nothing against Colin Kaepernick. He isn't the guy.
Because he knows that the 49ers did not get Peyton Manning. They don't have anything else cooking.
That's right. So if you're Alex Smith, you're sitting back saying, I can come back to this team and win. And again, you have to eat a little pride. And I realize it's business. But there's other teams that are going to want a guy like that. So I think his best fit is here with San Francisco. But if Alex Smith says, forget it, I don't blame him.
Right. So you did mention, though, to come back, he's going to have to watch his pride a little bit, kind of not let egos get in the way in order to smooth things over. And you've always got it in the back of your mind that maybe on some level they don't have faith in me.
Well, right. But at the same time, and I rarely take the athlete side in these things, the 49ers brass needs to come in and say, you know what, we were shopping, we realized you had a contract, we had to negotiate, but you know what, we do want you. And it may take Jim Harbaugh to say, look, you are my guy, I do believe in you. I mean, because even guys at this level, they need a few good positive strokes. And I think Alex Smith, he's more than deserving of that. In this case, to me, the 49er brass needs to fall more on the sword than Alex Smith does.
And I'm already hearing from people on social media contacting me and going, I think somehow out of this we might end up with Tim Tebow.
Yeah, well, here's another thing. They're talking about moving Tim Tebow. If the Broncos are smart, they keep him, actually, because you're going to need a guy to run if you want to say the wild. And again, Peyton Manning is a guy, he's great. But bring in a guy. Make defensive coordinators have to game plan around you having that extra weapon. And on that note, Jacksonville has shown a lot of interest because Tebow's from Jacksonville. They can't fill their stadium. They get him. Absolutely. They could take the tarp off the other half of that stadium and they'd fill it up to see a guy like Tim Tebow.
All right, Marty Lenz, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Got him all fired up tonight. We got a good one. All right.